All right, guys. Welcome to, I think it's night 3 of the boot camp call. For those who don't know me, I'm Katie Ann. I have been a coach now for almost over 4 years, which is pretty crazy to say. But tonight we're just going to jump on into it. We are going to talk about celebrating your wins. So if you guys were on the first call with Kelsey, I know that she talked a little bit about goal setting and how to break it down, and that kind of thing. But what I wanted to talk to you guys about is celebrating your wins along the way. So most of you are probably around day 10-ish, maybe if you're doubling up a little more, of morning meltdown. Maybe you're not doing morning meltdown. Maybe you're doing a different program. Doesn't matter. With anything in life, celebrating your wins along the way can be the hardest thing, because you are so focused on like the end goal. But it's honestly probably one of the most important things that you can do. So the first thing is what I want to do is kind of talk to you guys about like what they look like. We have this expectation that like a win has to be this big glamorous thing, or like hitting, the 20-pound mark or whatever that is for you. But that's not true at all. And maybe the coach that you're in your boot camp has talked to you guys about this, but what I do with my girls is celebrating the tiniest little thing. I don't care if it's as small as getting up and actually not snoozing your alarm and getting your workout in the morning. I don't care if it's like getting in your max amount of ounces of water. I don't care. I don't care if it's like you drank a shake instead of like getting McDonald's. Whatever it is, you need to be celebrating the tiniest little things in order to create momentum for yourself. Because if you are just constantly focused on the end goal and what you're not doing or what you haven't achieved yet, you are going to be miserable and you are probably going to fail at this. And that's something that I think that took me a long time to learn, because we all have, like I said, these big goals and we want to achieve all these things. But if you are constantly saying like, oh, I haven't still lost 10 pounds, or, oh, like, I went to my friend's house and I like ate that cake, or, oh, like I missed my morning workout, whatever it is. If you aren't flipping the switch and you're not thinking about what you've done right, so with anything in life, if you're just constantly focused on the negative, you are going to beat yourself down to hell and you're not going to want to do it. It's not going to be fun anymore. And the thing that when you are actually thinking about the stuff that you're doing right and the stuff that is going well, whether that's your whole, like in your life as an entirety or just health and fitness, is you're going to create more of it without actually even knowing that you are. You're going to get yourself more motivated. You're going to focus on what's going right. You're going to focus on what's making you happy. And you're going to become more motivated by thinking about those things. So the first thing and like my steps that I have here is, number one, to notice them. Take a step back. And I encourage everyone to do this daily. Like we always talk about weekly wins in my boot camp, but I don't care if it's like you're a mom and you were able just to get your workout in, period, because your life is crazy. Or maybe, like I said, it's like you literally chugging down your water to the last minute before you went to bed, but you like force yourself to do it. I encourage all of you, whether you're a coach or just a boot camper, I'm sure you're tracking your progress at some point. Maybe you can write it down in your B100 book if you're doing morning meltdown. I encourage you to write something down every single day that you won for that day. And number two is to get excited about it. I don't care. I tell my coaches this in the business. I don't care if it's, I don't know where that's coming from. I don't care if, like I say this to my coaches who are working the business, that if you got your first $20 paycheck, celebrate that, because it's more than you had before. So when it comes to boot camp, when it comes to your boot camp, when it comes to your health and fitness, get excited about it. It may seem stupid, but if you revert back to like when you were a kid, like, and somebody gave you like something like a lollipop, what do kids do? They act like it's literally the best thing they've ever had in their life, and they get super excited about it. Have you ever watched those videos of the kids who like get an avocado for Christmas, and like they're like, it's an avocado, and they're like so excited about it? It's hilarious, but it's true and it works. You get excited about the little tiny things. Step 3 is to communicate them. So whether that's your coach, whether that's somebody else in the boot camp, whether that is just your friend, whoever, maybe your spouse, communicate that to them. Tell them like, hey, I'm going to tell you every day something I did right, something that is good, that went well for me today, that I'm working on. I don't care if you want to text it to somebody. I encourage you to find that person and communicate that to them on a daily basis. Because it feels good to say. It really does. Number 4 is to think about those habits that got you to that win. So going back to getting up early and getting in your morning workout. Maybe you're not a morning person, but maybe you got it done. Think about those habits. Take a step back. What got you there? Was it because you set your workout clothes out the night before? Was it because you went to bed an hour early? Was it because you used the 5-second rule and you did 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? You just got up out of bed before you could think about it. Figure out what those habits are that got you there so that you can do more of that. You want to basically duplicate the process in order to create a habit. So step back and think about those things that you've done that have gotten you to where you, like that win that day or that week. The next thing is, guys, this is just a reminder to live in the present. And I deal with this like super bad and have to remind myself all the time because I have anxiety and I'm always thinking about like everything that's in the future. It's so important, especially in a health and fitness journey, to think about where you are right now. Again, like I said in the beginning, you do not want to just focus on where you have to go because, like I said, you're going to make yourself miserable, and you have to be grateful for where you are right now. A lot of you, like maybe this is your first time ever working on your health and fitness. I can remember that. I can remember being in my first boot camp, and you have to be grateful that you're here now. Not that you didn't do it 5 years ago, not that you're now 20 pounds heavier. You have to let go of that. You have to live in the present and be happy that you are here now and you are doing something about it now. The next step is to reward yourself, which I know Kelsey talked a little bit about. And it sounds kind of dumb to like reward yourself, maybe to like, oh, you lost a pound, like woohoo. But honestly, do it. Because the more that you do that and the more that you're letting yourself reward yourself for tiny little wins, that's going to add up and that's going to maximize. You're going to be like, I want to do more of that so that I can get, you know, this new dress, or that I can reward myself by whatever, I don't know, buying myself this or letting myself go out to dinner or whatever it may be. So I would encourage you to come up with something really small. Like it could be as simple as a mom who has a crazy busy schedule, but you won that week by having all these little wins, and you're going to allow yourself to have that like aromatherapy bath for like that Sunday self-care. I don't care what it is, but come up with something super small for yourself. And the final thing is to create no pressure, which is kind of hilarious in this day and age because what do? We always put pressure on ourselves. But like I said, I think that the biggest thing that you can do, the best thing that you can do, at least from my experience, is to not create that pressure for yourself. I know that I'm sure all of your coaches have talked to you about, you know, doing your measurements versus your weight, because you never know, like weight, a number is just a number, but measurements speak for themselves. Or think about how you feel versus how you, like what your number is on the scale. What I love to do is that I do like pictures in my stand-up mirror, because every day. I take one every day before I work out. And it sounds crazy, but I do it every day before I work out, just like a little selfie in my long mirror that I have in my workout room. But when I did Transform 20, what I did was at the end, I actually looked at them all and I could literally see my body changing just a tiny bit at a time. When you look at it from like day 1 to day 2, you look the same. Even maybe day 1 to day 10, you look the same. But when you actually think about all those little steps that you do over time, over those 60 days, my body changed a lot. So take the pressure off, take the expectations off, take the number off. Maybe pick a piece of clothing that you want to feel better in versus losing 20 pounds. So take the pressure off by not attaching it to a number and think about how you can actually get to where you want to be without that pressure of like a certain number or whatever it may be. Does that make sense? Yes? Okay. So before I open it up for Q&A, I know I just like went down through that really fast, but I don't want to take up too much of your time. I hope that was helpful. Before I open it up for any questions, I know we have a lot of people that are on phone calls here, so I don't know if you guys can speak, but I would love for you guys to tell me something that you have won since starting your program, whether it's morning meltdown or something else. So type in the chat, or if you're brave enough to unmute yourself, please share what you guys have won. I'll start. For me, my win has really been my mindset around food. I've gone through this huge process of, I was really like crazy and just like overeating and binging and just loving sugar and addicted. And I went to the opposite end of the spectrum about a year and a half ago, where then I was too obsessed. I think right now I'm in a really good place where I'm actually learning my like balance and allowing myself to kind of enjoy life, but also stay on track. So that has been my win thus far, and I'm definitely proud of that. Does anyone else want to share? Anybody? Be brave, guys. No one will bite, I promise.
I will.
Okay, yeah. What's your win?
Morning Meltdown 100 is the first workout that I actually committed to and showed up to every single day since my car wreck back in 2017.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Are you feeling good?
Oh yeah, I love it.
Good. That's awesome. Congrats on that. You should be proud of that. Guys, your win could be that you started. Like, as simple as that. Anyone else want to share?
I will. This has been like the first thing that I've actually taken the modifiers with, which I haven't done that, but I actually had reconstructive foot surgery 5 months ago. So taking the modifiers and not being like too prideful to just not actually do any more damage than I already did has been huge.
Yeah, that's a big one. And you should be proud that you recognize that. Like, I think that a lot of the times at least when I talk to people and I say modifier, like they immediately think of themselves like from here down. Like they're like, oh, they're like taking a step down, and they're like, almost that it comes off like demeaning, and it's not at all. Like, you still get a kick-ass workout doing the modifiers. So you should be proud of that, because guess what? You could have chose to not do it at all. You're doing more than doing nothing. So you should be proud of that. Let's see. Kate said, my win is that I decided to commit and I'm working to be better and stronger every day. Absolutely. That's awesome. Anna, I've been able to help my anxiety with them 100. Instead of crawling into bed, I work out. I feel so much better. Girl, I can relate to that big time. It's crazy. I actually just made a post about this yesterday, how much that when I started a health and fitness journey, I never even thought about my mental health. I just honestly was like, I'm going to feel better physically, and then helped my anxiety so much. That's awesome. Congrats. Rebecca says, my win is that this program is the longest program I've ever tried to stick with, and I'm crushing it so far. Hell yeah. Good for you. That's awesome. It is a big undertaking. And if this is your first program ever, then you guys are already crushing it, because that's awesome. Allie, modified doesn't mean easier. It's just different. Absolutely able to get kick-ass results. Absolutely. What is my Instagram? It's at Katie Ann with 4 N's. You'll see a lot of stuff about anxiety on there, Anna. That's like all I talk about. Autumn, AM workouts every single day since starting. 5:30 comes early. That is huge. Huge. 5:30 workouts are not easy, but that is awesome. Congrats on that. Millie said, I came back to an actual challenge group after a year gone. I'm only 2 days away from completing 8-day obsession. That is a huge win. 8-day obsession is not an easy program. That is awesome. I'm glad you're back. Guys, these are so amazing. And I think that, like, we get so caught up in, like, our daily lives, and, like, even if you are, like, getting in your workout and just, like, getting in your shake, getting in your workout, and then, like, you're running to work or maybe taking care of the kids or whatever it is, like, we don't take time to celebrate ourselves. And then most of us, let's be real, like, women in general, like, we are caregivers. We are, whether you're a spouse or you have a kid or, you know, you have a boyfriend or whatever it is, like, we are those types of people. We're just, that is the way we are. So I think that it's so important not only to take care of ourselves, meaning work out and eat healthy and all those things, but to actually, like, pat yourself on the back. Like, hell yeah, I crushed that workout. Or, like, hell yeah, like, I didn't eat fast food this week, or whatever it is. So think about it. Definitely try to recognize those habits that got you there. Do more of that. I'm a CNA, taking care of people's life. Yeah, like, I could never do that. So that's incredible. But yeah, I think that we need to do more of that. Write it down every day. Share it with someone you're close to every day, and recognize the habits that got you there so you can create more of that, for sure. Does anyone else have any specific questions maybe that I can help them with? You can unmute or you can write it. No? Okay. All right, guys. Well, I hope this was helpful. I know it was a quick call, but just a nice little reminder for you guys. I'm proud of all of you, even if I don't personally know you. Can you shout out someone else's win? Absolutely. This is recorded.
Okay. Mary, every single morning that I log on to the Zoom, she's always there showing up almost every single morning. And, like, I know she'll be there, and I'm like, crap, I have to get up and do my workout every morning.
That's the beauty of the workouts, is, like, knowing, like, literally laying in bed and being like, oh my God, I know there's someone on it that's not going to see me this morning. That's awesome. That's incredible. That's a huge win.
I'll be sure to thank my commander for early morning formations.
What'd you say?
That I'll be sure to thank my commander for early morning formations.
Yeah, you were like, what time's this? I was like, we'll make it quick.
100% going to bed after this.
Yeah, me too, and I don't even have to do any of that. I'm just an old lady. Okay, well, I'm proud of all of you, whether I know you personally or not. I'm so glad you guys came to shout out your wins. I encourage you to share those with others and just to create more of that. Keep it up. And if you guys don't personally know me, please reach out or follow me if you guys ever need anything. I'm happy to help, whether you're under me or not. I don't care who you are. If you can relate to me or have a question, please reach out. So I'm always here to help anybody. So I hope you guys have a great evening. Go to bed. And I'm sure I'll see you later. I think I'm running another call in a couple weeks. So have a good night, guys. See ya.